Hello, everyone.
Second.
Welcome back. Marty Janeski here, along with my good buddy Ken Brown. We're your hosts, the local sports wrap-up. Today's December 2nd in 2024. You know what's good news? In 19 more days, it's going to start getting brighter longer.
I can't wait.
Isn't that nice? That's very nice. I mean, we only got to go through 19 days. It'll pass like that, and then all of a sudden, the days will start getting longer again.
You made me feel so much better about that, Coach. This is just like the most depressing time, man. You wake up, you go to work, it's dark. You come back from work, it's dark.
Yeah.
You seem like you can't get that good work in, you know?
I'm telling you. So busy week, Thanksgiving weekend, like you say, favorite time. You just sit down and eat and have a good time. Broke my mom out of the nursing home. Took her to my niece's house around the corner. You know, it was good. Lions played. They got beat up, man. They're depleting. Not that I would know, but the cash out value of them to win the Super Bowl went down a little bit.
It went down like the odds spiked, like 100 to 1 when it was 75 to 1, or it went from 100 to 75.
Well, they were 10 to 1 when somebody placed the bet.
Okay.
And now they're allowing me to cash out, or that somebody to cash out for $25. But now it's like 23 and a quarter.
Oh.
So, but I'm not cashing out. I'm riding this thing out. So
they see some chinks in the armor.
Yeah, they're hurting, depleted. But you know what? They're signing guys off of practice squads, and like Coach said, we're going to try to put them in a position that they can best perform.
Yeah.
And that's what we did when we were coaches.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Hey, but it was interesting that they actually got a coach fired, you know. A guy got fired the day after he bumbled the clock management, no timeout.
That was brutal. That was
the
brutal.
Lions would have normally lost that game. It feels like I say that every week.
No, the SOL would have.
Yeah.
SOL would have lost
and
that
they
game.
came back and found a way. So
incredible. And there were 3 days of okay football games.
Oh man, I love it. Yeah, I don't know if we could have did any better. You know what I mean? Like whether it's college, Michigan upsets Ohio State, the Lions win, Cowboys get a dub.
Michigan upsets Ohio State. There's a coach going to lose his job too.
Oh, I see some great internet stuff. I see some
Isn't
great
it hilarious?
internet stuff, man.
The internet's a wonderful tool when well used. I'll just say that.
Yeah, but I didn't get that game. They threw like back-to-back interceptions in the red zone. It was like nuts. It was.
And Michigan's right there on the goal line, and they throw a pick. Crazy. So while we're talking football, the state championship matches were all on this weekend. They had 4 games Friday and 4 games Saturday. And opening up the play at 9:30 in the morning on Friday was Beale City and Gabriel Richard, one of the local teams that made it to the finals. And Gabriel Richard, unfortunately, came up on the short end of the stick a little bit there.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising, right? We talked about it that Gabriel Richard was undefeated at home since they named the field after DeSena. And then they go down to Clay Ford's field and they take one. And even though they came out at the beginning, they first drive down the field, get a touchdown.
79 seconds into the game, Gabriel Richard scores on a 50-some-yard pass play. And they got to be feeling good.
Yeah. And even taking in consideration that this was their first state championship game, but this was Beale City's 10th.
And they've won. This is 3 now they've won.
Okay. But this is their 10th appearance and the first one since 2021. So they come with a little experience. I guess that kid would have had to be a freshman, but they came in, they punched him in the mouth. Riverview punches him in the mouth first. But then here comes Beale City.
Yeah, and they come back with a 50-yard scoring play of their own, and they tied it up 8-8. And from there, the Aggies had 29 unanswered points.
Yeah. I thought it was, 29 is a great number. I wish I could get 29 more often.
Yes.
However, it seems that Coach took the high road. He didn't want to blame it on injuries, but one of the Sobush kids was out. He had a lot of injuries. He said you could tell they didn't have that explosiveness with the players that they were missing. So,
and, speed wins those games, and if you're missing a few fast kids. And the other thing I'll say about that is, like when my buddy that coaches South Lyon, when he said he got into that game against those kids a few years back, he said he had 8 kids in shoulder harnesses dressed for the game. Okay? Them kids are in pain. Let's not fool each other,
And they're going to play. I mean, more times than not. I mean, it's your last game. I don't know what it would take to keep me off the field if it was the last high school game.
So they got beat up pretty good the week before Gabriel Richard did versus Decatur. And though they were successful. And Richard, after the 29 points, Gabriel Richard got a 16-play drive. Wore out about 8 minutes of the clock, though, and got it within 2 scores.
Yeah.
But then that was it.
That was it. Yeah, they gave their all right there on that drive, which was good. I like that they talked to the senior quarterback, Soban. His brother didn't play. But he said, it was great to make those experiences with other seniors and kids in his class. It's once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Friends for life.
Yeah, they're brothers for life. They go to the state championship and they lose, and hopefully
20-year class reunion, they'll be having a beer. Yeah. They'll be talking about that state title game. Yep. Though, we got to say, the Aggies, the other team, Beale City, they ran for over 300 yards. And generally, the team that runs the ball, they're going to win.
Yeah, definitely.
6 a pop.
Yeah. No, you can't get it. Like you said, their coach talked about running with angry intentions for the last 6 weeks, that they wanted to have bad intentions, especially on the line, offense and defensive line. And it seems like he got those kids going with that bad intentions.
What a great line to use, And we have noticed, even in the NFL, the team that's more physical. And we talked about it in just the playoffs that we've been talking about, the brackets, that these teams are popping kids. Yeah. They're big, strong linemen, man, knocking people around.
Yeah. And until Saturday, Friday and Saturday, they played outside. So, 3 yards in a cloud of dust works. You don't have to worry about the elements, kind of like that Buffalo game last night. So now they're back inside, and they're still imposing their will on the other team.
Gabriel Richard is a team. He ran for a little over 140 yards. Not bad on 34 carries. So they're getting 3 yards a pop.
Yeah. Not
a bad stretch.
No. Last thing I would say about Beale City, their coach had a great line where he said, our motto was teams win championships and individuals win awards, and they want to win championships. So congrats to Beale City.
You know what we say in bowling? Strikes are sexy, but spares win games.
I think I want to be sexy.
There you go. Strikes are sexy. Yeah. Oh, what did I say? Now we get to basketball. Gabriel Richard, they got a lot of multi-sport athletes.
Yeah, small school. That's good. They get a chance to get their basketball Jones on, and hopefully some baseball later.
And the basketball season did kick off. I mean, we do have some results. The November 25th and 26th. And I'm looking at the scores, and they're kind of low. You got Allen Park took care of Fordson, 62-59. I think that's it seems like first game out, that's kind of high scoring.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game.
Yeah, not bad. But then you go and you look at a game like Lincoln Park and Riverview, and it was 45-42.
Yeah.
Either they can't find the rim, or.
Yeah, but I think it's one of their first couple games of the year, so they're getting used to each other, getting used to the system. Finally playing somebody that doesn't know the plays, so now you're
didn't
kind
think
of
about that.
Yeah. So
I didn't play much basketball through the school thing. But what do we got? We got a big, this kicks it off. I mean, today's the 2nd, and the girls are kicking off today. The boys kicked it off last week. And, tonight you've got Gabriel Richard and Trenton. You got Annapolis and Allen Park. Girls side, you got,
Airport Yeah, they play Brownstown, Woodhaven, and then Southgate plays Monroe Jefferson. So, yeah, basketball's up and ramping.
Yep, we got, who won last week? We got, Northfield took care of Brownstown, Woodhaven. We just call them Woodhaven.
Yeah.
Southgate took care of Airport. A lot of non-league games got kicked off last week. The Downriver League kicks off this week.
And based on the weather that's outside, it's the perfect time to move into ice.
I'll say this. Yeah, ice it is. And,
Ice
there was a time 10 years ago. Well, how old's my son now? 14 years ago. Our ice rink was frozen by now.
Yeah.
The one I had in my yard. It was started out as a little square, ended up as the whole yard. It evolved. It evolved and it grew.
It would have froze this weekend, Coach.
Oh, that's what you looked for. You looked for, before I flooded it, you looked for a week where the highs are never going to be more than like 34, and it was never going to get past freezing at night, And it would freeze solid in a week, and them kids could skate on it all December, January, February. And every now and then it might melt a little, but I don't know. I don't know how long this cold stretch is going to. I may never get my Christmas lights up. I know that. It's too cold to do that. Yeah. Way too cold to do that. So talking about hockey, a big tournament last weekend, the Thanksgiving Classic in Allen Park.
Yeah, and I know Dearborn Divine Child and Gibraltar Carlson, they played each other. It's a big rivalry. The thing and then Divine Child also beat Wyandotte 8-3, and Carlson dispatched Allen Park 5-2, so that must have got them to the championship game. The thing that I thought was interesting about Divine Child is they rotate in 5 freshmen.
Oh, wow.
They rotate in 5 freshmen in their varsity hockey team. They got a chance to be good for a really long time, and they won. They're not playing losing hockey with these rookies.
No, not at all. And they took care of Wyandotte 8-3, and Carlson just took care of the Allen Park 5-2, and Allen Park's off to a slow start. They've lost 5 in a row. But Wyandotte at least has been scoring goals, and as we talked about last week, they've got a whole bench full of sophomores and juniors and some freshmen in their little batch. So they're. I mean, it is what it is.
Coach, do you think like the physical maturity of a kid, like a 9th grader, a 13, 14-year-old going against a senior in hockey, doesn't it seem like a big advantage the other way?
It doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem fair. I mean, them kids, they're men. By 18, 17, they're men. And I know when Wyandotte had a strong team, they always had a bunch of the football kids that after they got done playing football, they would be on the hockey team,
Sure.
And some of them were offensive linemen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My buddy's son, Pat Lynch, his kid, he played on the line. And then hockey,
big guy coming in, checking you on the board. Yeah.
Thump you. DC won the game against Carlson 3-1 and scored twice in the first period. And then 2 power play goals, 79 seconds apart. And that was about it. Carlson had their chance. But this game, there were 16 penalties handed out, 10 against Carlson. Come on, ref, swallow your whistle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They could have deserved every single one of them. You don't know. We don't know. We weren't there.
And it's closer than it really seems, 10-6. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're going one way or another. So it's just a stoppage of play and just making for a longer game. Yeah.
Not only that, the Carlson had their chance. They had a 2-minute advantage in the second period, and they couldn't score. And then Divine Child made it 3-0. And Divine Child has not had a shutout all year, and they had a chance, except Braden Bodette was able to get one past the goaltender. Who's Rosario McGovern. And one thing about Baudette's goal, his team lead with the goals this early. He scored 6 for Carlson.
Yeah. And I'm getting into hockey more, obviously. But 5-1-3 doesn't seem seems like we should take advantage of a 5-on-3.
You should always score on a 5-on-3.
Yeah, and they said that they had that for over almost 2 minutes in the game. So that gives you an advantage, no matter if you're a freshman, a little freshman going up against a big senior.
No, it just takes one misplay and the puck goes down the ice and you waste 20 seconds going back to get it, and those kind of things. One thing, though, this Cole Boyke, he seems to be the stud for the Falcons. He leads the team in goals with 13, and he's only got 4 assists with points. So
yeah, he likes to shoot.
He likes to shoot. I've coached plenty of kids like that. They don't see nothing but that red pipe out there. They see that 4x6 square, and they get it. They're letting it fly. You might be wide open on the far side of the net. It
good
don't
luck.
matter.
No, it's good luck.
So anyway, they're the champs. Roosevelt took care of Allen Park with a score of 4-3 in overtime. It's like I said, it's the first time since 2021 that the Jags have lost both ends of their holiday tournament, and it's 5 straight losses to open the season, the worst start in 10 years.
Wow.
So coming up, Roosevelt's going December 4th to play Troy United up in Troy.
Okay. And I know Divine Childs was due to play. They're due to play Grosse Ile tomorrow.
Okay.
On the 3rd.
So hockey is in full swing, which is pretty cool. Then we got some all-state swimming was last weekend. Before not Thanksgiving weekend, before that.
The weekend before? Okay.
Right before we did our show last week.
Yeah.
And we got some results. There were 30 swimmers representing 8 different schools in Division 2 or 3 at the state finals Friday and Saturday. And I guess the stud in the area, or studette, as my ex-buddy used to call him, Riverview's Livia Shada. She it's her 3rd straight year in the state championships, and she earned all-state recognition after placing 6th in the 500-yard free. And my understanding is you go through the prelims with all these 50 kids there. Like at bowling, there's 56 kids at states, and then 16 get into match play. Well, there you got to do the prelims in the 200 free or the butterfly, and then you got to keep beating it till your final, 12,
okay.
Or how many lanes there are, 8, 10, I don't know. So then you compete, and top 8 get states. And
top
only
8.
One's a state champ.
The winner's the state champ, but everybody's all state that finished in the top 8.
Correct.
And no matter how many heats there were.
And she nearly got all state in the 200-yard free. She got the 500-yard free. She finished 10th in the 200-yard free, but that's a lot of swimming in one day, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's 2 people off. If she'd have came 2 places above that, then she'd have been all state in both.
Correct.
Yeah, I get it. The other local state swimmer was Sophia Shaw. Shaw, who's actually going to go to University of West Virginia to swim.
There you go.
Finished runner-up in the 200 free.
I wonder how far back she was.
And
Half a second.
at D3 state finals in the senior, very well could have earned all-state recognition at placing 2nd in the 500 free. She came in 2nd in her heat, but she didn't make the top 8, obviously.
She didn't swim. It looks like she didn't swim in the finals for that event. Must have been saving herself.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Hey, 500 and 200, that's a lot of swimming.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, that's her choice.
Yeah.
I mean, she is all-state. Wyandotte had some kids that made all-area. And I will say that it was their diver, Joanna McCura, found her way back to states for a 2nd straight season.
All right.
But she was 5th at regionals back on November 14th. She made it both through the prelims and the semifinals before placing 11th in the finals. What a bummer.
Yeah, congratulations to Joanna.
And that's all points. That's not a time thing, the diving and the 2.5 back somersault.
But Wyandotte went as a team too,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Because it says that they saw familiar foes in the D2 state finals. Allen Park, Gibraltar Carlson, both had multiple swimmers at that same state championship.
And you also, Emily Sauve in the D2 state finals. She made it. She didn't make it through the prelims and the 50-yard free. That's a sprint.
Yeah.
That's like one lap or down and back. I'm not sure. It's probably one lap, one down, and you're there. But yeah, and they had a few of the relay teams too, but they never got through into the finals. So congrats to our Wyandotte Bears, our Lady Bears. Who else we got here? Flat Rock had a few. Their relay team, again, they didn't make it through. And Carlson, Ashlyn Taylor, 100-yard butterfly, but you gotta be quick.
Yeah, and like they said, Downriver area really did well because you had 9 total kids, including the Huron League in Downriver, that actually combined to win all area honors this fall. So that's a successful swim season.
And the Lady Bears have been solid in the pool. Squids, as we called them when I was a kid. We called them the Squids.
Oh, Squids go.
So, guess what starts tomorrow?
Bowling.
Bowling.
Bowling for dollars.
Bowling for dollars. My team has set. I got to pick who's going to bowl varsity and who's going to bowl JV. That's pretty much set too. 7 on each side. I might flip-flop a girl or two. I'm really impressed. The boys are solid. Corey Coffey's the new coach. He's got an assistant, but Corey, when he went through the program, back when Nick went through the program, they never lost. They never lost matches. They went 3 years. They won a state title. The boys, if you go down the street and you see the little boys' state thing underneath the hockey one or whatever, you know. Nick wasn't on the state champ team the year before. They got to the finals, and then they got eliminated. But the team that won it, those kids now are adults, and they're solid bowlers. And Corey's 27 now, or 28 like Nick. He was a year behind Nick. And wants to start coaching. Two-hander, rips through the ball. And half the kids are two-handers. But he only picked, he's got 14 also. He picked 12, but then there were 2 kids that wanted to bowl that were still competing in something else and couldn't make the tryouts. And they're good enough to be on the team.
Okay.
So good luck to Corey. They look solid today at practice. My team is, we'll be competitive. I'd like to say would win it all, but they're solid. We're bowling good numbers. Got a few people back. Nice to have Malin Ellis back. Keegan McLean is 9th grader who's well versed in bowling. Got Megan Murray. Megan Murray was a state finalist last year as a 9th grader.
What?
Yeah, so she's getting back into the swing of things because none of them bowl all summer long. Keegan did. Keegan competes in every competition she can get her hands on. And what they do in those junior competitions is you get scholarship points. You get things you can cash in later if you go to college. But Megan just missed golf. 1 shot, I said, you dwell on the shot that kept you out of it? She goes, no, I played bad that day. What an attitude.
Yeah, it's good.
Not like, oh, I could have made it. She's like, no, I didn't deserve to go. I played like crap.
Yeah, I like that. Straight shooter.
Yeah. So she's back, and then got a few second-year girls that are ready to step into the varsity role. And
do you have any varsity? The girl that went to the state last year. Any other returners?
Oh yeah, Ellie Eisenegger.
Okay.
The softball pitcher stud. Yeah. She's learning to two-hand it really well. It'll be interesting when she gets on a roll. She's going to throw some strikes. When she gets dialed in, the pins don't stand a chance. And all the boys do it that way, and not many girls. So we've worked on her balance and control, don't be just running up there like you're pitching. I always tell you take pitching lessons, they tell you to stay in balance. I said, bowling's no different, you know. We get her making her spares with a straight plastic ball, and she'll be solid.
Okay.
She'll be solid. And then I got Sam Placienta, and she's a second-year kid, but bowled all summer, and really looks like a different person.
Okay.
Which she can be there. And then Maddie is a second-year player, default, and last year she was just a thrower, but this year it looks like she's getting better.
Okay.
So we go from there. I mean, tomorrow's the first match. We take on Lincoln Park, the defending regional champs.
All
so
right.
It doesn't get any easier, you know.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you know, we're going to catch Woodhaven, who won the league, and yeah, it's just here we go. And I like our chances. I tried to explain a little coach talk today about, you know, some of them don't even know how to keep score in bowling because it's all electronic.
Sure.
And so we went over how pin count is so important. You know, you get a spare, don't throw a 3 count, you know, 7 or better.
Yeah.
Simple things that I used to teach all the time, and I kind of got lax. I got lax in I had so much talent, I got lazy.
Okay.
You know, now I'm diving in.
All right.
Full throttle.
Let's
So
go.
go Bears, starting tomorrow. I'll have updates on that. We got 2 matches next week, tomorrow and Thursday this week.
Okay.
And then we'll come back in next Monday. I'll give you an update.
Yeah, sounds like 3-0 next time I see you.
We'll see. At least 2-0. There'll be 2 matches.
Okay.
And then next Saturday, the 14th, is our first tournament. So we'll go off to Westland and give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's all you can do, man. Congratulations and good luck, Coach.
And how about your kids? What do you got going this week? Anything? Last minute that we got here?
Yeah, no, we're doing softball. Yeah, we're
Indoor?
softball town. Yeah,
Yeah.
softball season. So, and Nick's playing basketball, so that's hilarious. But other than that, man, we're just running around. Can't wait. You made me feel better with that 19 days till it's daytime. when
That's
I go
right.
home.
Days will start getting longer. Hang in there, everybody. I know everybody likes to be where it's warm, but just put on layers like I got on right now. Just put on layers. I'm Marty Chinesky. That's Ken Brown. Don't forget to get a hold of us, Local Sports Wrap Up at Gmail. And tell us about your kids and what they're doing. We'll get it on the show. You got my word. Marty, that's Ken. Thanks for watching. And hi, Mom. Hang in there. Any